Hello, hello, and welcome to this DecentraWise Podcast episodes. And we have this week Miguel underwater.
Yeah,
No, no,
you can
I'm,
see.
I'm
You guys
just
can see it. You guys can see it by the quality of the image. So I'm recording under the
we
water.
we were trying to pipe out the water from his office, but we couldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no way for now.
Sometimes Miguel makes this stuff happen. Uh, I know him
Yeah,
for
well,
long enough. So, but welcome to the DecentraWise Podcast. This is the way. People listening won't notice the water, so no problem.
yep,
Um, if you are watching the video podcast, we will see, or you will not see Miguel as good as usually, but we couldn't figure out the problem with the connection and the video quality. So, yeah, it might improve somehow. Um,
yeah.
People
Sometimes
usually
miracles
say,
happen.
I don't believe in witches, but they exist.
Yeah,
So maybe. So, yeah. If you don't subscribe yet, go ahead. You will be really close to the first 350 subscribers,
yep.
and you will help us reach the next goal, which is 400 subscribers. And we are on the move to achieve that.
Yeah. By the way,
Uh,
guys, thanks for the first 350. We're on the way to the 400. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all of that. Also, don't forget to share if you find a friend that will benefit from the information that we give here.
if,
It will help us a lot. Uh,
if,
I
of
have to
course,
be nice. I have to
yeah,
be
come
nice.
on.
It will help us a lot on the YouTube algorithm. So,
Yeah.
guys, don't forget it.
And um, today we have a very cool subject,
Yeah,
which
no, no, no,
is
no. Today we are going to decentralize the world wisely.
oh, I forgot
What,
our,
what, what,
our
what the
I,
hell?
I
You
forgot
forgot you were in the
the most
podcast?
important part of it. So grab a drink. I have
Yeah,
coffee.
that's the most important
That's
part. Sit
the most
back,
important part.
relax.
Sit back and relax and join us in our mission to decentralize the world
Wisely.
wisely. And very wise is the world with open source, right?
Oh, yeah. I do enjoy it.
So, uh, from my understanding, uh, most of our viewers are beginners in blockchain, or they want to make a career move to blockchain, and uh, they watch us to start to help them make that move. And I really think that's one of the most important things that they can do for their career is contribute to open source projects. Uh, as strange as it sounds, um, it's during this phase of the market, which we are not in the euphoric phase. Like next year, we will be our talk will be completely different, right? Or by the end of this year, November, around that, it will be completely different. But we are not there yet. And between now and then, we should uh, do something to improve uh, the chances of landing that most wanted Web3 job, right? But Web3 jobs don't uh, come easy. And the way to be prepared when they come um, might vary a lot. Some guys do boot camps and stuff like that. Uh, I think honestly there are very good boot camps and so on that they fulfill the promises they say they do, but those are a minority, right? Most of the boot camps are a marketing strategy for the creators of the boot camp. Miguel is coming off of the water slowly.
Really?
Yeah,
Not
it's
doing
getting
anything
better.
lately.
Don't move, no, don't move too much, and you will shake the water. Um, anyway, boot camps are good and courses are good, but usually they don't solve the problem. Usually you spend a bunch of money and you will probably not gain too much, just a line to put on your resume. So, com- open source contributions are more and more valued in interviews, right? And for those who follow us for some time, they already know this, of course. We are talking about it all the time. Uh, but for new viewers, this is the reason why we decided to do this episode, which is show you the importance of this, right? Understand the importance, and give you ideas to find your project. Uh, the other day on our Telegram, which by the way, if you didn't join yet, you should, because there are nice chats over there, and you get a direct connection to me and Miguel. We are always around the community. So the other day there was a conversation um, about how to find a good project, right? And and another thing which made a lot of sense, uh, should you contribute to a single project or multiple projects? What would be the best? And I really think that as a beginner, if you are a beginner in this space, you probably should not disperse too much, right? So probably one project, but choose the project wisely, right? Uh, I would suggest to think about your values or the things you love, anything related to what you value the most, and see if there is some project, some blockchain project related to that area, right? Um, for instance, in my case, uh, I have two passions: software development and blockchain, of course, and music. I am a musician, I am a DJ, and I love music, and I produce music, and so on. So that's one of the things I love. And actually, when I started in blockchain, it was the first thing that came to my mind. I will launch the first sound platform on blockchain, and I did it. So it was back in 2017. It was a great lesson um, about many things, but that's subject to another episode, maybe. But that was a success, and it 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 made me have a faster start in this space, uh, because I just didn't have I wasn't afraid of launching my own DApp. Uh, I jumped at first, built it in a month and a half without sleep or something like that, and uh, it was a reality, and it changed people's lives all around the planet. Uh, and it was really cool. But that's one option, launching your project. But if you don't feel that you are there yet, I would probably suggest you try to find other projects and contribute to them. So that is the first thing, right? Find your passions, understand what resonates with yourself, and uh, find a project that is on that areas or stuff like that, and a project that is motivating enough for you to work for free. And this is very important because um, when you are contributing to open source, if you don't have a deep love about the project, that initial energy will die out pretty quick because life happens in the middle, right? And it's very easy for us to lose motivation, right? Because it's always a question of priorities, and our priorities are always on the side of doing the stuff that brings value to us, whatever value it is, right? If it is monetary value, it's your job, blah blah. It's if it's personal value, it's your family, your kids, your wife, blah blah blah. And it can be passion value. So that's why it's important to get that project that fits you very well. It will keep you motivated. It will give you a sense of realization when you contribute that extra detail to that project, right? What do you think,
Well,
Miguel?
yeah. You need to keep in mind that you will be working without any return, right? So the thing, your
Immediate
return will
return.
be, yeah. Well, it might take a little bit for you to get noticed in the project. So you will need to know that you are contributing to something bigger than you. So this is the biggest thing, and I think it's what will keep you contributing to the project. Regarding there is another thing that I would like to mention, which is know well your capabilities and your limitations, so that you can go into the details and invest your time more efficiently in the parts that you are capable of, and don't spend time in the parts that you are totally incapable of understanding or doing something to the project. You will get there eventually, and as you start learning the project, you will start understanding the details of that project that you wouldn't, because most of the times stuff is just too big for you to just go there and understanding everything. So go slow. Try to grab a part of the project which you are more comfortable, and try to do something there. Try to bring some value, and that's what it is. As you start bringing value, the team will start noticing you, and
that's actually a very important thing. Don't go. As I usually say, open source projects are not babysitters, right? They are not there to teach you or to educate you. That's not gonna happen, right? They
yeah, and
also
it's
have a
not like
life.
it's
They
not like
also have.
people in the teams won't help you if you ask for
They
some help.
will,
Of course they
but
will.
there is a difference between helping and teaching the basics,
Yeah.
right? It won't happen. So if you want to contribute a certain task to a project, first learn, get ready for it. You will not be perfect. Don't have. I'm not telling you to be afraid of contributing. It's not like that. But if you go to contribute to a task and you ask more than you provide value, you will be a stepping stone to the guys that are doing actual work there, right?
Yeah, well, you are taking more value than you are giving, so
Yeah.
you are an extra job on the team, and
So always
yeah, that's
always
not very
put
useful.
yourself in the other's shoes, right? And think, how can I give them value? Not the other way around. Not how can I take what I need from them. No, it shouldn't be like that. You need to provide value. How can I give them value so that they feel that I am being a positive asset to the team, right?
Yeah.
And usually it's not easy to be noticed in open source projects because there are hundreds of or even thousands of contributors. So don't take personal if you don't get an answer right away. Don't put pressure. You need to learn how to contribute in this different organization. People usually have jobs to do, have families to take care. They contribute on their spare time too, right?
Yep.
So be knowledgeable about that and don't rush it. And always provide more value than you expect others to provide you. That's the most important way to think
One
about.
thing that came to my mind right now is something that I don't think we ever spoke very loudly about, which is the tester role. So one of the things that developers really hate doing is testing. It's really necessary in these projects,
Really?
especially in these projects. Yeah, trust me. And if you go to a team, say that you want to provide tests to their platform, you are mostly welcome for sure. So and that is something that we should make probably an episode about it,
And we
because
have
there's a lot of things when it comes to testing
sorry.
that we can talk about. So maybe here's an idea for another
And
episode.
actually, we can bring an example, a real life example of that. We have an example of that, right, Miguel?
Yep.
When a few years ago, me and Miguel, we joined DAO. It was the first lending platform in EOS. It was a DeFi project. We joined it right at early phases of it.
Yeah.
And the project was more or less an MVP at that point. It was kind of working. But it was a complete nightmare to maintain.
Yeah.
The code
Indeed.
was like very cool. Don't get me wrong. The guy behind the project was a very genius quant mathematician. So the code was really cool, but it was written in a spaghetti-like way.
Yeah.
With copies of copies of copies, everything like that. So we tried the project, and we realized that there was no testing, or the testing was done with the Bash script, I think, and it was very limited, something very limited. So I went to simplify the code, and Miguel went to write the test environment for it. And then we joined forces afterwards to make a complete refactor of the thing. And I think we stayed like with 1/3 of the code of the lines of code or something like that.
Yeah.
And like a huge
Yeah,
increment in
well,
efficiency.
it was not just that. We made huge optimizations on the runtime space and
Yeah.
on the memory. So because that's really very important, because you pay lots of fees if your code takes more CPU power to run and more
Yeah.
memory. So we needed to really drop, because the costs were really high when you did some operation.
And that
So
is an example, a real life example of joining a team that you don't know anybody. We just say, "Hi, I'm here, and I want to do this. Can I?" That's it,
yeah,
right? And we did it, and it was a success. And because of that, we were uh, at the top of the DAO representation for quite a while, right?
yeah,
And it was a very interesting experiment. It actually happens. It's not something that we are talking just to entertain you, right? It happens. You can join a project and become an active member, and if you even getting hired by the project at a later stage. So don't underestimate this opportunity.
Yeah.
And it's an opportunity that don't depend on anyone approving you or hiring you. It's
Wait,
permissionless
yeah.
entry, right?
Let me get here because Mohangi, sorry if I'm butchering your name. Mohangi is asking a question. So, what do we mean by tests? Is it to write tests in hard hat? Well, it's on all levels. So you have the smart contracts to test. You have backends. You have front ends. You have oracles. You have whatever part of the project it might require testing. You have bridges. You have I don't know. All parts of all pieces of the project, and then you have the integration testing, and yeah, well, we have a lot of testing to do there. So
And it's
enjoy
not just
yourself doing tests
testing.
because
It's
there's a lot to do there.
it's not just testing. Developers also hate writing documentation. Can you believe
That's
that?
another part, yeah.
And if you are not very proficient writing tests, like in hard hat, if it is a smart contract project, or writing tests in anything, Mocha, Jasmine for front ends or back ends, um, or any other language, right? All software on blockchain needs tests, right? Period.
Yep.
If they don't have tests, it's a bad indication. So it's a valuable contribution, but also documentation. If you want to learn more about the project, writing documentation for the project is the best way, because when you start writing stuff, either you know
Oh,
what
you
you're
learn a
writing
lot.
or you
Yeah.
can't write,
Yeah,
right?
and you will learn a
So
lot when figuring out what the functions do and writing the documentation for those functions. You realize a lot of the functionality that it's around, that it's coded there.
and another thing, if the project is a big project, uh, another area that you can contribute as well, for starters, is translations. Uh, if there are
Mhm.
documentation, there is documentation already, there is tests already, and so on. This is a global thing, right? And usually projects have some kind of way to translate the existing documentation or the existing um, products, right? So find out about translations. I translated a bunch of software in the beginning of my career, and
Yeah.
it is a cool contribution. People usually like that kind of stuff, and since we are multilingual, humanity speaks various dialects. We can take uh, um, that
Yeah, we can
approach.
take a shot at
Yeah,
translating at least to your own language. So
I know that
you
it's not
most of you
probably you.
guys, well, if you are watching this, you understand English for sure. So you can use English / your language to translate because most projects are written in English first, but then they do want to go to multi-language. So
It's it's
that's a good shot
probably
there.
it's probably not your dream job, but it's a start, and it's a way
Yeah.
for you to understand
Yeah,
the
well,
project
it's a way
better.
for you to put the foot in the door on the door, right? So that you can afterwards go into deeper levels, and for development, you can go translation, then testing, whatever, or go directly to testing. Why not? If you feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah, and if you feel comfortable, start contributing directly to the code base. Why not? Right? It's a question of you understanding at what level you are,
Yeah.
uh, and what value can you bring, right? So things that you need to know. Find a project. So find a project that you resonate with. Find it. Find like your dream project, right? Why should you go for less, right?
Yeah, try it. Why not?
Just go and search for the project that you feel, fuck, I love this. This is it. I want
Yeah.
to work here, right? And when you do that, what can you do? What can you do to find the project that really resonates with you, right? You can, let me introduce you to, just a moment, introducing you to GitHub. You know, GitHub?
I thought you were going to say, I'm going to introduce you to Google.
It also, Google is a good tool for searching. That's why they exist, right?
Yeah.
No, they exist to control internet traffic and sell you ads. But
Yeah, well, that also.
they also provide a good search engine.
Yeah.
Um,
Good enough.
yeah, it's actually still the best. But
Yeah.
Bing is becoming interestingly more capable with AI
Yeah, well,
lately.
we'll see. Google's probably investing on that too.
Oh yeah, they are. So we have this is our page in GitHub. It's not much happening around here at the moment, and at the forefront. It's happening on the back, and more to come here soon. So for now, you won't find your dream project in DecentraWise right now, but you might in God knows when. But since it's not for now, you can go to the search bar and remove our organization and put what you like. Let's see, music, Web3. Let's see what's going around. Nina Protocol.
Yeah, you will see all sorts of names. So people are very creative.
Let's see Nina.
Yeah. Do you know it?
No. So, Nina Protocol. First thing that I look in a project, number of issues, 200. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay. Pull requests, 17.
Yeah, let's explain why it's good. It's because people are using it and they are reporting stuff.
Then the next thing that I look is the things around the code, right? ninaprotocol.com, of course, I have to go see this, right? But we have 4 contributors. Cool stuff. Cool project with less people. It's easier for you to get noticed, right?
One of the contributors is a bot, so let's go for 3.
Dependabot, yeah. Dependabot doesn't count. Why should they show this here?
No idea.
Shame on you, GitHub. So Dependabot is a GitHub bot that checks dependencies on JavaScript code and sends pull requests automatically to update to bump up the versions. So it doesn't count. So there are three guys, right? Facing N, whatever. So this is a cool project, right? The logo is very creative, as you can see. Blue square. Even I could do it. So they probably need designers, right? If you are a designer, here you have your opportunity, right, to design a proper logo for this team. But 200 issues seems quite cool. They probably are organized. They also have a project tab, which
Another thing that it's cool by having issues, that probably that's a pull on what you can help. So you can go to the issues and try to pick some of the easiest ones at first, and
Let's
try
check
to help.
the issues. Here we have all kinds of issues: program, web, and so on. Web hubs, release page, and so on, so on, so on, and so on. One thing that I'm noticing here. Sorry?
Just open a random one so that people can see.
I'm watching one thing that doesn't resonate really well with me, which is the last issue is from 2023 September.
Yeah.
So probably this project is kind of
it stopped,
dead, or not dead, but frozen or something like that. So, but let's open one issue. I noticed. Actually, this is a third-party issue. So it was created from a user, probably. Let's look at this. One issue without any description is not very descriptive. So if they have 200 issues like this,
you might not be able to help on that one.
It's not very good. Let's open this one without any description as well. So
but okay. I mean,
this is not a very.
Let's try to find a project that is alive.
Yeah,
because that one seems to be that.
It's too bad because
it was a good one, Nina.
It had a few. It had a few interesting points, but it failed in the really sustainable part. So let's go.
And there is another thing that you can do, by the way, which is pick up on that projects and make them back to life if you really like those.
Yeah. So let's see what we have on the next page. Soundly, Web3 music platform.
Sounds good.
Of course, we have Audio's project. It's a well-known project. Not sure if the best project, but anyway, that's my 2 cents from an industry insider. Let's check Soundly.
Yeah, Soundly sounds good.
Soundly, not good.
Nope.
No issues, no pull requests, no information anywhere.
Yeah, and the last commit was 2 years ago, so
so not Very good. Next, we have updated here. It should be a very important information. Let's sort by
Recently updated. Or last recent, yeah.
yeah. So 2 days ago,
Yeah, that one sounds alive.
Beat Song
Yeah,
Official.
look, but Nina was updated 6 days ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any issues written in any intelligible
Maybe the
form.
code is
So
perfect.
maybe. If you want to check out Nina and see if you can help the guys write issues properly, there you have already your job, right? You can check if they have some kind of communication. Maybe you go to Nina protocol and it opens in a different page, so you're not seeing it right now. And there are no links there. Um, and they don't have any information editorial. Let's see. No. So
No luck here. Yeah,
no
but
luck.
let's check the other one.
But you can try to find where to connect with the team, right? And one
Yeah, usually in the web page or in the README, they have
yeah,
the connections to to their telegrams or whatever.
not in this case,
chat
but
that they're using.
but
Usually, it's also Discord.
Probably you can find it somewhere, right? And connect with the team and say, guys, should I jump in and write proper descriptions to your issues? Because I wanted to help, but I cannot understand the shit of what you write. Okay, probably not like this, but in a more polite way. And yeah, you will probably will be well received to describe better the problems or the tasks that they that they need to do. So issues usually are used for tasks. Let me check another thing. They have a projects tab. Let's see. No projects. So usually you can come to the projects tab and check if they have an organization project, like Kanban style, right? So with things to do, things being done, things finished, and so on. So that's also a good thing. And let's see. Let's go back and see. HZ Music DAO. Let's see. Okay, hzmusic.tech, contributors, they are not bad. Built on Solana. Wow.
That's a good call. So for people that are investing in Solana, maybe that's a good to go.
Yeah. They have a lot of help. Music royalty system, NFT minting, all that. Personally, I don't like too much file names without a file type like MD or something.
Yeah, but that last commit there was 7 months ago. Or 2?
2 months ago.
2 months. Yeah.
This is the documentation. So documentation is outdated, guys. This is a project that you can contribute with documentation, right?
Yeah.
Good thing. They have two pull requests to bump up versions. That's not very good.
Yeah. And that's
No
how you
issues.
guys make code contributions is by doing pull requests. So you make your patch and suggest the patch to the team so that they can approve it or comment on that.
Yeah. So I think this project is.
Okay, check another thing because there are several
They
branches
have
there.
projects.
So maybe
No.
they are coding and making the commits in another branch for the moment.
Yeah. Let's see. No, these are dependabot branches.
Yeah.
They have the main and the HT Music DApp. No, it's even older. So
Yeah. So no luck there also.
no. Well, another no-go. Sorry, guys, this is not scripted. We are doing this live for you.
Yeah, we are just trying to find something useful here. There are a lot of projects, and finding one, it requires some time for you. But we are just picking up the little signals that you should look for when you're looking for a project. So
let's check audios just to avoid wasting more time. Audios projects. There you go. Audios protocol. There we have. So there is a documentation site that you can go. You see, there's a lot more contributors. Probably it's not easy to get noticed.
yeah, well, keep in mind that sometimes contributors come and go, and they are not participating anymore.
Yeah.
So the amount of contributors not every time represent the current team.
Exactly. And you see, they are active. So the last commit was 29 minutes ago. That's a good thing. They have a bunch of pull requests, as you can see. Cool, right? They have some kind of incentive mechanism because they have sizes on tasks, which is cool. Okay. You will probably be able to get some tokens working for the project. You need to figure that out, right? So if you go to issues, they have a bunch of issues, errors, onboarding through, blah, 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 stuff like that. So that's cool. Always check if the issues are already assigned so that you don't start working on something that it's already being done by someone, right? Also check if the issue is not already in a pull request. And the correct way to contribute, if you want to contribute code for a project like this, is to start by creating the pull request, right? Not right away, but at your first idea, think about the issue, make up your mind on what is your idea to contribute, and create a branch. First, fork the project, the repo, to your GitHub account, right? After you fork it, you create a branch to put your work on. Check if they have some kind of contributors guidelines or something like that. Usually projects have contributor guidelines.
Yeah, and sometimes even coding style. You should check what is the
Yeah.
coding style of the project if they have
It,
one,
it can be
and
on
try
the
to keep with it.
documentation. It can be on the README file. They have security. They are on Discord. You can join their Discord. Usually, there are. Uh, that's the preferred way to communicate. DevTools README sounds like a good thing for you to
Yeah, yeah, to start
start,
up with.
right? And after that, uh, you do the rest. Go create the branch and create the pull request from your branch uh, with your idea in a comment, right? When you create the pull requests uh, first, before working a lot in the task, it helps out first if the guys think that or that task is not important, or there is already someone working on it or something like that, they will tell you so
Hmm.
you don't waste your time, right?
Yep.
And uh, probably since you are new to the project, you won't understand everything. So if you write down what you propose to solve that task, they will fine tune your idea,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. You should do the analysis of the issue and try to come up with the solution or the best solution that you can come up with, and the team will check it out, see your proposal, and they will comment on that if your solution is the best or they have something else in mind.
Yeah,
So before you start wasting your time on try to really code the issue, the fix, yeah, just ask the team.
yeah. And also on for instance, on the other project we had very small, just titled um, issues, right? If you really wanted to contribute to that project, uh, you can write your uh, issue description on the comment, right? Like you read the title, you understand what it is more or less, so you write a description. Do you think that this issue is to do this and that and that and that and that? This was my understanding. Am I right? And that's it.
Yeah,
And
usually you
you're
can
done.
ask that in the chat
If there
of
is a chat,
Discord.
of
Yeah,
course.
but usually they have or a Telegram or a Discord.
Yeah,
But so you can ask them that directly instead of doing that in the pull request. But the analysis, it's quite okay to do it in the pull request.
yeah. So usually,
Another thing, guys. Another thing. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying this, all this information. It's really, really nice information that we are giving to you guys. And also, don't forget to share with your friends. Just
yeah,
put us
bring
out in the
them,
world.
bring them to the squad.
Oh yeah,
Uh, so related to the issues, sometimes teams opt to have labels assigned to the issues, and sometimes there is a good first issue label. So projects like that have that kind of organization help you a lot, right? So if you are a beginner joining the project, good first issues or first issue labels, it's the way to go, right?
yeah,
So if you have that on the issues, labels appear around here, uh, you will see, you will have your work done, right? Good first issues are the way to go, right? So yeah, this is an example of finding projects. You search for them and you see if
Yeah, that one is a healthy project. You should look for signals like that.
yeah,
Very recent commits, a healthy team, some issues to solve. That's the kind of stuff that you are looking for. Then more less apparent things, you can go to the documentation if you see that it's not as good as you would wish for. You can also propose to write documentation. You can go like the other project. It was Nina, right? That had
mhm.
a bad logo.
Here we
You
are.
can propose to get them a logo. So there are these different areas that you can propose to do to show yourself, right?
Yeah, and also check the languages tab. If you prefer Go, this is clearly not the project for you. Um, Although I think that a good developer works on any language, usually.
Yep.
But since you are starting out, probably you want to find a perfect match for the things you already know, right? So, yeah, this is a good information. And also, think, try to find the team schedule. Usually they have it somewhere. You have to dig for it. Uh,
Yeah,
dig
most of
for
the time the core team will be in a specific time zone, and then they can have other team members split around the world. But if you are lucky enough, you can find their time zone, at least the core team, and yeah, get
you
to
see,
try to be there at the same time.
and usually they have like sync meetings every week or every 2 weeks or something like that.
Yeah,
Uh, check to see if the meetings are public or not. Uh, but usually they are public, and in what platform they meet, and join a meeting.
yeah,
Why not? Right? Uh, I did it. Actually, when I joined Vigor, the project that we talked about before, um, my first my first participation in the project was actually in a meeting. I joined the meeting. I listened to the guys and so on, and I didn't speak at the first meeting. I was just learning about the project, right? And then the next week or 2 weeks or something like that, I was already understanding a little bit of it. I wanted to participate. I would. I have made my mind to work on it, so I joined the meeting and I wait for my turn to speak. I raised my hand and I told the guys, "Hey, I am Pedro, and I'm here to decentralize the world wisely." No, not like
well,
that. But
not exactly.
I told the guys I wanted to contribute to this. I like the project. How how can I help? And they asked me, "What can you do?" And I replied, and that was the beginning of that project for me. So don't be afraid of doing stuff like this, right? It's not bad. It's actually cool.
Yeah.
If you respect the team and you offer your help, they will enjoy it for sure, right?
Yeah, well, and you start to know the other team members, right? So it's something that they after that you start talking to them and you start socializing with them, and you will start to get noticed. So after that, you say, well, I work with these languages, I have this experience, and then maybe they can guide you. Well, maybe if you want to help, maybe you can start here. If you need some help, well, let me know. Um, some stuff in this like this. So yeah, talking to people if they have public meetings, of course, it's a nice way to start.
And also, again, don't expect the meeting to do what is supposed to be done by you beforehand. Uh, do your homework, right? Before joining the meeting and before participating in the meeting, if you can do as I did, join a couple of meetings, learn about it, just listen, right?
Yeah,
Uh, but in the meantime, because we will have plenty of time in the meantime between meetings, because usually meetings are weekly. Rarely open source projects have uh, um, smaller gaps between meetings, or bi-weekly. It's the most common actually. So if you use that time to read about the project, read the documentation, try to set up a dev environment, try to experiment a little bit, try to learn about the project really, as it was your job, uh, your first days at the job. Then, when you start participating in any way, in a call, in the chat on Discord or Telegram, uh, you don't make a fool of yourself, right?
hmm
And you get respect by the project members because they will see that you did your homework, right? That's
yeah,
important. That's very important. There's nothing more cool for a developer than other developer telling him stuff about his work, right?
yeah,
And reading about their work and understanding of what they are doing, right? So
yeah,
that's cool. But if you go there without understanding the basics, they will quickly know that you didn't do your homework. So why should you do the rest, right?
yeah. Well, that is called the first effort, right? So if you are not doing the first effort to understand the project, then people will see you. Well, I wouldn't say as lazy, but as a hard work to make yourself useful.
Yeah. And usually they have already a bunch of work. They don't need to babysit anyone.
Yeah,
That's not very good. So yeah, that is mostly it, guys. I really think that this is a very good option for you during this phase, and it will prepare you for the next euphoria phase. That's where the money is
hmm
made, right? And
yeah,
probably uh, if you start if you start just on the euphoria phase, which probably it's what will happen if you continue to the regular way to land a job in interviews and all that. Nobody is hiring now. They don't have spare money.
yeah,
VCs close the tap, right? And when VC money closes the tap, uh, technology companies fire people. They don't hire.
yeah,
And the layoffs started a while back, and they are continuing. They are not hiring. It's It's very difficult as a beginner. If you are an experienced developer, it's different. There are a lot of jobs all the time, right? But as a beginner, you have a hard time because beginners are the workforce that's needed when there's plenty of money around. When there is little money, the teams shrink, and usually only the more experienced, more knowledgeable, and less paid survive. That's it.
Yep.
So, in this phase of the market, it's very hard to land a job. So my idea of options for a beginner developer are two: open source projects, and the second is start your own project.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
those are
even if
permissionless.
it's a small thing, it's worth the try.
Those are permissionless options. Nobody needs. You don't need nobody to accept you. You just go, and that's the way, right?
Yep.
And you will find below my Bitcoin wallet to send a thank you when you land your job in 2025. Okay?
Yep.
10% of your salary, it's okay. No problem.
Yeah, make
And
it
10%
15.
for Miguel. We will put there.
Yeah, make it 15.
Just joking. I'm cheaper. Miguel is more expensive. But anyway, I hope this helps you guys. It's not easy, but it's feasible. It happened to me many times. If you check me on GitHub, I participate in many projects. No one ever invited me.
Yeah.
I just see the project and begin contributing to it. Sometimes I find bugs and I contribute PRs to solve them. Sometimes I find the project and want to use it, and I feel the need for a certain feature and I developed it. Sometimes I find the team and somewhere and I start talking to them, and then I end up contributing to the project. Sometimes I just jump in because I want to do something for their project, like the example that we talked about. Yeah, this is the way to go, right?
Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Just present value to the project, and you will get noticed for sure. But yeah, it's not easy. So you need to know the project, you need to study the code, you need to do whatever you have to do in order to present value to the team. So, but it's doable for sure.
And I think it's a very interesting exercise for you. And it's much more cost effective than participating in interviews all day and doing code challenges and doing all that bullshit that people ask around. For instance, okay, I am a senior developer, but they still, from time to time, ask me to do code challenges. Can you believe it? Usually I tell them, oh, guys, I just lost interest in your project. I'm not available to do that kind of shit. I have 35 plus years of development under my belt, so don't fuck around.
Yeah.
Right? But they still, from time to time, try to, and they contact me most of the times. I don't go after projects. They contact me, and then I have to they make a challenge. Come on, guys, don't do that.
Yeah.
Even last week, I had to throw uh, that knock knockout effect on one proposal. Um, but this is usually as a younger or more junior developer, you would probably need to do that shit.
Yeah.
What can you do, right? So if you are in that position, doing job interviews all day and doing challenges and doing all that shit will probably burn you out, and
Yeah.
it's very depressive, right? Because you will do it and do it and do it, and it will not get the job, and you will not get the job, and you will start thinking, "Oh, I will never do it, and I am this is not working," and don't go that route.
Yeah.
That's
So
not the winning
this is much more
scenario.
interesting. A much more interesting way to do it. So you just start to know the team and start talking to them and start helping them right away. So, and if they like your work, you're good to go. If they don't, they might try to correct you in some stuff.
And
And
it
well,
also,
if it doesn't work, you can go to another one. But at least it's not as depressing as job interviews.
yeah, and it's not like they are evaluating you. Of course, life is always, you are always being evaluated uh, anywhere, but it's not like the interview where you have to show you off so that they hire you, right? uh, Here you can be yourself, and you should. And don't forget the social part of this. GitHub is a social platform. It's not
Yeah.
something for you to put code. That is Git. Git is the code singing, right? Uh, GitHub is a social platform, so it's for people to interact with each other and create bonds. You can follow people. You can put stars on their projects. You have all those social interactions, and also the team should have other ways to communicate more effective, like Telegram or Discord or whatever. There is a very important social part on this, which makes it also more interesting to do than job interviews, right?
Yeah.
So why not? For me, it's a no-brainer. If I want a job, I go to GitHub.
Yeah.
Usually, I don't have to dig, but uh, from time to time I had to do it, and it was fun. Most of the
Mhm.
times I got what I wanted,
Yeah.
right? So why not? Try it. Don't be afraid to participate. That's
Yeah.
that. If you take away anything from this video, it's this, right? Go do your own thing uh, in GitHub. Try to find the project you love and do it.
Yeah, I do agree. And if you took anything from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to your friends, so
Yeah.
that we can win on the YouTube algorithm. It will help us a lot, guys. Help us out
And
also,
also join our Telegram.
of
Uh,
course. Get to our social
because
media. We have our
in our
Telegram.
Telegram we share and we chat a lot of stuff that we don't share around here, because uh, we don't want to have 6 hour long streams, so it's impossible. So yeah, our streams are already long usually, uh, so the rest is for Telegram.
Yeah.
Anyway, um, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much,
Anything
guys, for
to add?
joining us. And
Anything to add from you,
if you have
Miguel?
questions, if you want to know about something more specific, or if you have doubts about what we've been talking about, drop us a message in our Telegram or also in our social media, and or in this video, of course, and we will try to reply as soon as possible. Thanks a lot for being here, guys.
And also, we, by a suggestion from our Telegram, um, I don't remember who suggested. Let me check.
I'm checking. It was Alfredo.
Alfredo, yeah. Thanks, Alfredo, for your suggestion. We will talk about ZK, zero knowledge, all things zero knowledge, as we usually do next week.
Yeah.
Right. So zero knowledge proofs, zero knowledge snarks, zero knowledge rollups. We will go through all that in the next episode. So if you like that kind of geeky stuff, join and participate in the discussion, right? So, guys, this was a cool one. Was a long deserved one for you. We hope to have brought some light to your idea of participating in open source projects, and most important, thank you for joining us in our mission to decentralize the world.
Wisely.
Wisely. It is. And see you in the next episode, guys. Cheers.
See you in the next one.
Bye bye.